All right, we're outside today. I kind of see it behind me there, right there. Customer car in the shop. Just did an engine swap and stuff on that. It's actually my buddy's car, Chrysler 300. Has a 5.7 Hemi in it. He had sold it to a guy. Something happened. Guy didn't realize it was out of coolant or something. Anyways, engine blew up, and my buddy ended up getting the car back for a really good deal. And so he's fixing that back up. So I was helping with that. But we got the old Omni out here. Trying not to drop my phone. We're going to get back to putting the carburetor back on it. As you would have seen in the previous episode or video, we had an issue with the carburetor adapter base plate adapter thing, whatever, that adapts from the intake manifold to the carburetor. I went ahead and did some research, couldn't find one, and then I remembered there's a machine shop down the road for me that likes to do fun custom stuff sometimes, if it's, you know, if the people are willing to pay for it. So I went down there, had them look at it. They said absolutely no problem, and they made me a new one. So I'm gonna get the camera turned around here and I'll show you, and then I'll set it up here on the stand, and we'll go ahead and get this carb installed. So Omni engine, there's the intake. Here is the new carburetor adapter. It doesn't look exactly the same as the original one. I had them make it more simple and had them do this edge a little thicker, instead of having it notched down as it had been machined down, or the other one was designed where this was really thin, and that's where it broke. Actually, was that one. So we're going to go ahead and try to get this put on. Ended up being a little bit more money because they had to do this little leg on here, but that is important on this car because it holds the throttle cable brackets. So I'm gonna get the phone set up here. Alright, I'm back. Did a quick little grind and some file work on that. Not as pretty as all this nice machine work they had done. Unfortunately, I wish I would have known that this is just slightly off, but now it should clear. And we'll go ahead and set it down here and eyeball it. Yep. Now it fits down there and doesn't hit this bolt right here on this intake manifold, which I already ground it down, so because it was hitting the old one of these, surprisingly. So we'll get this throttle. Okay, now we want to remember, from me doing this last time, I won't have this problem anymore with this new billet aluminum piece, but the original one is pot metal. And if you have one of these old carbureted Omnis, or I think the Dodge Rampages and stuff, maybe some of these, the earlier ones, use these engines as well. But anyways, if you have this early 1.7 liter engine with the carburetor, do not tighten these down too tight, because it will break it and you will not be able to find it. You'll have to pay a machine shop to make you one, which isn't the end of the world. It's just an extra expense. This cost me, from my local shop, it was 150 bucks for them to make this, and I was glad to pay that, because everywhere I was looking there wasn't one available. So I mean, I wasn't glad about it, but I was just glad that glad that we have a shop close by that was willing to do it, and it only took them about 2 days. So this is nice though, because I can actually crank this one down nice and tight, and I don't have to worry about it breaking. And I had them eliminate the vacuum ports. There was a vacuum port here and one back here, which neither one were used on this car, so I didn't have any vacuum ports machined back in to eliminate any vacuum leaks, because this cap was split and this one was gone, and that might have been why the car didn't really want to run when I was trying to get it running at first, because a massive vacuum leak with this little tiny engine is going to make it not want to run. So we'll just real quick make sure got these about evenly tightened. And we're ready to put the carburetor back on. Went and got me a regular end wrench instead of that ratcheting one. It was just a little bit too thick to get in there and do what we needed to do. back one's kind of tricky. Okay, all 4 nuts are back on the carburetor. So now we can put fuel lines. I got the hard lines that come over here and hook up with the rubber stuff. We can put those back on, but I already drained the oil out of this thing and put a new filter on. I'll go ahead and put oil in it here before I forget about it. I was just thinking about that earlier and I was like, oh, I haven't put oil in there, so we'll go ahead and throw some oil in that little engine there real quick. I'll use a funnel because I'm not good at pouring fluids anymore. A little too shaky. It used to be really good when I worked at a lube shop, but that was a little while back. I have no idea how much this thing takes. It's very small, so I'm thinking it might only take 4 quarts. I'm definitely sure it takes at least 4. It doesn't have like a tiny oil pan, but it's just not very big. So we're using the good old heavy duty Dello 30 weight because it's just a little old carbureted engine. This is one of the choices of oil I like to use on these old engines. I can't remember for sure what all's in here. I think this Dello 400, I think it has some of the other additives in there that's good to have, like zinc and stuff, but I don't remember for sure. I'm sure I'm wrong, probably. If I am, I'm sure somebody will tell me. The internet likes to tell people how they're wrong, so I expect that at some point somebody's going to say something. But it don't matter because it's my car and this is what I'm doing. So you know, if you watch Vice Grip Garage a lot, he likes to use the 1540 weight diesel oil, because I know diesel oil definitely has all the extra stuff in it. So I know this is the same line of oil I use in my diesels, the 1540 weight, but this is just the straight 30. The only thing I get fancy with is my the couple newer cars I got, the 05 Power Wagon. It gets Mobil 1 full synthetic, and the woman's car, her Charger, it's a 2011, so it gets the full synthetic. I usually just get like full synthetic O'Reilly's brand, but any full synthetic oil seems to be happy with in that. So those modern engines sure like that special fancy oil. So these old engines, they just need stuff that lubricates. So let's see, where's the dipstick on this thing? Here it is. Go ahead and check that. That's showing it's over full on one side and just above full on the other side. So I think 4 quarts will be enough for now. We'll check it after we get it running. It gets all the oil through the engine, fills up the new filter. But it looks like 4 quarts will do it, which that's pretty awesome. Less oil means less money. So this might become my new daily driver, but I don't know yet. Gotta get it on the road and start driving it and see how I like it, and see if if my back protests or not. So other than that, I think we got this line that can get hooked up because it goes there, and then we've got the wiring for this guy. Get the choke and these other little electro vacuum valve things plugged back in. Hopefully they still all do what they're supposed to do. So I want to get this fired up and running again. Hopefully it's all talking with each other and happy. I also gotta plug some of these vacuum lines back in here. I don't remember where all they went. Looks like I don't know. I have a picture. I'll have to look at that because these go somewhere, and there's one that goes down there. And I took a picture because I knew I'd forget by the time I got this put back together. All right. Well,